Okay. My fiance and I are planning on getting married, but we want to find out first. He is a green card holder. He plans to apply for his citizenship. Should we wait before we get married, or does it really matter?
In the end, assuming he becomes a citizen shortly, it's not going to matter. You're going to get your green card on the same day. But I would argue that you should get married as quickly as possible, and for multiple reasons. Number one, the longer you're married, the easier it is to prove it's a bona fide marriage. Number two, when you get married to him now versus waiting till he becomes a citizen, he can file a visa petition for you now. You'll feel better that something's in the system and going on for you. Number three, there's no guarantee he becomes a citizen. What if he never becomes a citizen and you're waiting to get married to him? You're never going to get married to him, and he's never going to file for you. And number four, if you're married for more than 2 years at the time you go for your interview, you will get a permanent green card and only have to go through the system once versus a conditional green card that was only good for 2 years, and then you have to go back another 2 years to remove the conditions. So my advice is get married as quickly as possible. There is no downside to getting married. Absolutely none whatsoever. But I've just given you 4, maybe 5. I don't know how many reasons I just ticked off, but either 4 or 5 good reasons to get married now.
Okay, the next question is a two-part question.
Sure.
Go quickly. We are living in New Jersey, but my aunt wants us to get married in the Bronx. Does it matter where we get married?
No, you can go to Las Vegas and get married by Elvis. It doesn't matter. Marriage is a marriage.
Okay, thank you so much.
All right, good luck with that. Okay.
Good.
All right, what's your question?
Fine, sir. My question is,
Yes.
I just got married in March. How long do after? My question is, I want to know how long do I put in the papers after I get married?
You can put them in right the next day. There's no waiting time. You got married in March. It's already May. Put your papers in. Get your green card.
Okay.
All right. The only time you want to wait is if you're not living together with your spouse. You know, sometimes people get married and they say, you know what, it takes a few weeks for me, to get out of my apartment, move into my spouse's apartment, or for us to get a new apartment because each of our apartments aren't big enough. Well, at that point, I would suggest that you would wait until you actually move in with each other. But assuming you're living with each other, on the day you get married, or you move in the day you get married, by all means, file the next day. Go for it.
I'm over here. I'm American, and there's a lady that I wanted to bring back over to the United States from the Dominican Republic. Only thing that's holding me up from going over there is I'm overdue on child support. They won't let me get a passport. So what would be easier, for her to come here, for me to be able to get a lawyer to get her here and marry her over here?
You're not going to get a fiancé visa for her with a child support issue.
Well, he can actually make an arrangement, a payment.
To make it right. So what you need to do is, before you hire me for immigration, you should be hiring me to go back to family court with you to put you onto a payment plan, because they're not going. In all due respect, if the government's going to say, if you're not supporting your child, we're not going to bring you over another person that you can't support.
Hey, big up, Squeeze. My question is, I've been living here since born, married to a citizen. I'm now on a conditional green card.
Right.
My son I want to bring here next year summer. Is there a disadvantage of bringing him here on a regular visa and doing the process here versus doing it from Jamaica?
Why don't you just if you start the process now, he'll be here next summer with his green card. And that, to me, is the easiest way to do it.
Sounds like a plan.
Yeah, but I'm trying to avoid being here and trying to do the process back in Jamaica, because that can be a problem. Is there a disadvantage if I just...
It's not a problem if I handle it.
Not a problem if Brad Bernstein...
It's no problem. It's no problem at all. Yeah. Actually, it's very simple for me. Mm-hmm. You don't have to do anything. Just sign papers and smile.
Just give it to Brad and let him handle it, man. Come on.
Right. And then if there's any issue at the embassy, we'll call them and speak to them. You don't have to deal with the embassy at all.
All right.
Your son just has to walk in one time. He has to walk in to get a visa or a green card. I'd rather see him walk in and get his green card and come up.
Simple as that.
That, to me, is the easiest thing to do.
All right.
All right.
Yes, sir.
Still listening to the radio.
I was trying to get through to the tax department, Brad.
Yes.
Tax department. All right. Let me give it a number for the tax department. I'm very happy that you're all listening.
Okay. Did you have a problem getting through?
He didn't get the tax number.
Oh, you didn't get the tax number?
We didn't give it out.
No, he said he's having a problem getting through, I think.
Right. So let me give you the number for it. You ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
Okay. The number for the tax department at Spar and Bernstein where there's a tax attorney is 800
Yes.
377
377.
2981.
Okay, I got it.
You got it? All right, 800-377-2981.
And you know what our tax department does? We reduce people's tax burdens.
Yes.
All right. So you go to H&R Block, you go to Jackson Hewitt. They say you owe $10,000, $15,000, $20,000, $5,000, and everyone freaks out and says, "Oh my God, I got to do this payment plan." You come see us. We'll let you know if we can chop that down.
Absolutely.
I mean, we had a guy owed over $50,000. We chopped it down to $20.
There you go.
My friend who's a citizen filed for his wife in Jamaica. She got the approval last week, and in the letter it states that in 90 days she'll hear from them. But he did not send in any affidavits of support or job letter or anything. What is the process after the approval?
Well, he will get those notices to submit all that from the National Visa Center. You're gonna when you hear from the National Visa Center, they're gonna send a notice asking to pay some money, and then you're gonna send that in, and then they're gonna send you instructions for the affidavits of support.
Is he gonna get it, or his wife gonna get it in Jamaica?
His wife will get a request for an agent form, which will be who do you want dealing with it? Meaning, is the wife going to deal with it? Is the husband up here going to deal with it? Or is a third party going to deal with it, such as an attorney? Alternatively, he may just get all the notices right to him, depending on who the National Visa Center writes to. But sometimes the wife gets the request for the agent.
Absolutely. All right.
All right, so they should both look out in the mail.
Okay, so in 90 days we'll hear from them then?
Correct.
Within 90 days?
Correct.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right.
I got my green card. I got a 2-year condition on it, and we're supposed to go back, or I don't know if we're supposed to go in for an interview. How they do it the second time?
90 days before your green card expires, you have to file an I-751 application. And you have to still, they may or may not give you notice about that. They're supposed to, but sometimes they don't. You just have to keep in the back of your mind, 90 days before my green card expires. You can do it on day 88, on day 85, on day 80, but sometime in that 90-day window, you have to file what's called a Form I-751. It's an application to remove the conditions of your permanent residence, and what you have to prove is that you and your spouse are still living together. After you file it, they will send you a letter extending your green card for a year. And with that green card, with that letter and your green card, you can travel, you can work, you can do your thing. They will either then accept the documentation that you submitted and send you your permanent green card, or if they do not accept the documentation, they will invite you in for an interview.
There you go.
Okay, that's the only reason why they would invite you in for interview if it's not acceptable.
Or sometimes it's random. All right, don't take it personally.
Would I have to have like the affidavit of support like I did when we went in?
No, you just need proof.
Nothing.
Just need proof you live together.
Like pictures and letters and all of that?
Pictures, mail addressed to the both of you. You do your taxes together, bank statements together, insurance together, credit card bills together, Blockbuster account together, or Apple account together now. Whatever it is. No more Blockbuster.
No.
I was used.
Show your age, man.
Yeah, I know. I've been saying Blockbuster for 20 years. It doesn't exist anymore.
Show your age.
I know. I have to say Apple account now, or
Right. Yeah, you got to say Apple.
App Store account.
Yeah.
Right. All right, but stuff like
One
that.
more question.
Yes.
We're expecting a baby. Is it wise, since I have to go back to immigration, to take the WIC? You know what I'm talking about?
The WIC.
Like,
For the child, it would be okay.
So in other words, take it only for the child.
But now it would be my name on it because the baby isn't born yet.
I understand that, but it's for the pregnancy of the child.
Right.
Okay, because if you do take it for your pregnancy, it's fine. Okay, it's not going to affect your immigration.
Right.
Okay, because that's already resolved. You don't have any poverty guideline issues. But if you take government assistance for yourself without baby, okay, your husband did sign an affidavit of support for you. They can come back and go after your husband. But this is for a child. This is for an unborn child that was not signed in an affidavit of support for your husband, that's perfectly fine.